What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. It is Dan here with Vivid Racing, and today we are going to be doing something new with this key. You might recognize this key. It is a Porsche key, and we are going to be doing an ECU flash on the 2020 Porsche Macan S. The Macan S for 2020 is very different inside the engine compared to the 2017, which we've already done several of these. The 2020 Macan S features a new redesigned motor and more horsepower. So let's jump in, check this thing out. All right, here it is, the key, the color. Now, how awesome can this thing look? Here it is. This is the Macan S. Now it looks pretty similar to the existing Macan, just like the 17 that we've have, but it's got some different changes in it. Like I said, the rear, they redid the whole taillight section, makes it look pretty cool, nice and long across the trunk, similar to our Taycan that we have over there. There's the Taycan, but this is what we're doing because we can't flash the Taycan, so we're gonna flash the Macan and make it have that much more power. So they've made some changes with these, and the biggest change on this is the engine. The interior is very similar. They got a new screen design in here, but another cool color match key fob, love it. But let's check it out. Under the hood, they've gone with a single turbo V6 engine. So not like the one in the previous models, the single turbo is gonna be very similar to what's found in the Audi S4, S5, and SQ5. It is a 3.0 liter V6 single turbo. So different than the twin turbo they have used since 2015. This thing still is capable of some serious power. Obviously, when you are doing an ECU flash, boosting it up, changing fuel, timing, torque limiters, just like the other Audis with the same setup. Macan still got the cool air intake setup that is pushing air through the hood vents. Other than that, we have the ECU easily located to remove and flash on the bench. And of course, with current tools, what's nice about that is you do not have to actually crack this open, unplug, connect some pins, which we'll show you, and then you're done. You're able to easily read and write it. So overall, very cool car. We're expecting some good power out of this. Again, it comes stock 348 horsepower, which is about 28 more horsepower than the original Macan S and 8 more horsepower than the previous Macan GTS. So let's pull this thing inside and get the ECU out so we can do the flash. So simple, anybody can do this. They can easily remove the ECU, just unplugging each one of the clips. It's basic. ECU is held in here with some push back, I don't know what they call these, just call them more clips, and ECU comes up, and there you have it. All you got to do now is take this ECU and send it to us so we can do the flash. Overnight it to us, we do the flash, we overnight it back, and you have more horsepower. So now we got it out, let's take it in, get it tuned. All right, we did the readout on the ECU, so we've got the stock file ready to get tuned. So we're gonna go baseline the car while they work on the file, so we know exactly what our stock numbers are, and then we'll know where our tuned is and what we gained. So plug this back in and we'll get it over to the dyno. So let's talk about the dyno. As you all know from watching our channel, we have a Mustang all-wheel drive dyno. And of course, it is September 3rd here in Arizona. It is still hot AF. It is probably 106 right now. So with 91 octane, we're gonna have some lower than normal results. I still expect all of you to put in the comments, hey, why are those results so low? Remember, it's not about the number, it's about the gain, the delta. How much do we go from here to here? And that is what we're gonna show you. So let's drive this thing over and park it on the dyno and get it strapped down. All right, we've landed. We're in our spot. And now to put the straps on. Remember always to practice safety when doing a dyno. Take your rollie off. I had to call in reinforcements here to strap down the Macan. You'll recognize him from other videos. That's him, pink socks, always here to the rescue. All right, Macan's all strapped down, so we're gonna jump in and run this thing so we can get our baseline results.
Yes!
All right, Weather Dan here, and the storm is huge. So we've got the results here of the baseline, and we've got some very consistent numbers throughout all three tests. Again, 105 degrees, muggy as hell, sweating my you-know-what off, 91 octane Mustang dyno. It's a recipe for low numbers, but when you look at the average drivetrain loss on all-wheel drive, it's usually about 20 to 25%. We are in that area. So here we go, 3 tests. We're averaging right about that, about 293 horsepower. Run 2 was higher, 294. Torque, our first run was low because actually I rolled into it a little bit. But you can see we're pretty consistent for the second run, third run, around 350 foot-pounds. So we've got very consistent runs. You can see how the power curve is. The single turbo in the new Macan, very linear. So let's see what type of gains we get once we flash this. Time to flash the ECU. All right, the flash has been put on the ECU. How can you tell? You can't, because it's an ECU flash. There's nothing to see or worry about. There's no extra wires, piggybacks, or anything like that. We flashed the full DME with all the new programming. So ECU's complete. We're gonna do 3 runs just like we did the baseline. Make sure we have consistent results. So here we go. All right, so got everything set up, traction control off, sport mode is on. There is no sport exhaust in here. So we're going drive over to the left and going up to 3rd gear to hit it. Let's do these runs. All right, so we finished doing the tune runs, and this thing has made some good power and tons of torque. We're talking about 90 foot-pounds of torque and almost 50 horsepower in the mid-range. It's hot, it's muggy here, and that's my compressor. But you know what? We need to adapt to that. And it shows that these turbocharged cars, they need airflow. And airflow and cooler temperatures makes a world of difference. With that being said, let's check out these dyno results. Okay, you can see the results here. Let's pull up the min-max average so you can see that. We have peak torque of 439 foot-pounds of torque and stock at 346. That's a massive gain in torque, and you can see that up here all the way up from start with that single turbo spooling up right about 3,000 RPMs, massive gain. And as we go through the RPM range, you can even see right here, we're at about 4,500 RPM. So we've got 354 and 311. So still 40 foot-pounds of torque as we're going through the entire RPM range. Horsepower down low, picking that up, improving that 0 to 60 time, 241 compared to 186 That's about 60 all-wheel horsepower. Going up in the mid-range, still about 4,500 RPMs. We got 299 compared to 260. So we're getting about 40 all-wheel horsepower gain there. Very top again, we have the cooling and the temperature issues. So we're starting to starve for air, but we're still making, we've got about 307 to about 288. So we're still seeing about a 20 all-wheel horsepower gain. So overall, what we've got here is some great results with the VR Tuned ECU Flash. Dynos are one thing, we show the gains. More importantly, let's see how this thing drives. My friends, my subscribers of this video, I bring you the 2020 Macan S VR Tuned test drive. So I'm pretty used to driving a Macan. We've had the 2017 Macan GTS for quite a while. Remember the Macan GTS, that came with 340 horsepower with the twin turbo V6, and then we did the full Army Tricks exhaust system, the catback exhaust, K&N filters are VR tuned, and that was putting out about 400 horsepower to the crank. I would say it's very similar to what this is going to be, because this comes stock with 348 in the S, and again, we've just done the ECU Flash. So based upon the numbers and results we saw, definitely these cars could benefit from a high flow air filter, something like a K&N, or even maybe we custom design a full kit. And most definitely, if you look at the exhaust system that is on this 3.0 liter engine that's also found in the S5, S4, the downpipe is huge, massively restrictive to meet today's emissions. And of course, if you are using it for competition race, off-road, let's throw on a catless downpipe and see how this thing really rips. All right, so test drive number one, we are gonna expect a lot of torque because that's what the numbers show. So let's do this. Oh boy. This thing pulls nicely to 60 miles an hour, no issues. Sport mode on. I kind of wish this thing had an exhaust so it had a little bit more rumble to it. Very easy to drive and comfortable, and that's a big thing with all the VR tuned ECU Flashes. It's not about making the most power on the ragged edge. It is about being reliable, it is about being safe, and it is about having fun, giving you usable power. And that's, of course, if you have a Macan, if you have a Cayenne, if you have a Panamera, you want that low end torque. You want that 0 to 60 horsepower gain because, well, that's what you're using. I don't really know too many people that have a Macan and are going down to do quarter mile runs or even airport runs trying to see what their top speed is. Maybe there is, I don't know. So we'll do some more pulls here and get used to it. Feels great. Really liking the way the Flash came out. Power on this single turbo is very linear. There's almost no turbo lag, which they've done an excellent job in that. So an ECU Flash is a great way to go, just because it really makes driving the Macan that much more fun with the additional power. By doing the ECU Flash on the Macan S, you are opening up turbo performance like the previous model. All right, thanks for tuning in to another video here on the Vivid Racing channel. Much appreciated. Make sure you guys are subscribed because we're gonna start doing giveaways, coupons, and other cool stuff. Like the video, leave a comment, let us know what you wanna see us do a tune on. So that's it, 2020 Porsche Macan S ECU Flash complete. We will see you guys at the next one.